Dumelang once more. Here we have got activity number 3. And then we need to find the general solution of cos 4x multiplied by cos x plus sin x multiplied by sin 4x, all equals to 0,7. And this question is 4 marks. So, looking at this question, we need to identify one of the 3 elements that are alongside. Either we are going to check if we have got the compound angle, the double angle, and the square identities. These are the 3 things that we can change as much as we are working with ratios. So now, we also need to check if the given equation falls within these 3 things. So now, if we check this statement or this equation, it should remind you of your formula sheet. Now, do we on this equation have square identities? No, we don't have the square identities. Do we have double angles? One can say, if I split 4x into 2x, you're going a very long way. And looking at the marks, this means that you are going to split this and convert this back to double angles, and you're going to do double angles 2 times. So at the end of the day, this, if you separate or if you divide, if you take out the multiples of 4 as 2 and 2, it means that you are taking a 4 marks to a very long question. So which means that we need to forget about the double angles for now, and then treat this as a compound angle. So now, if we want to treat this as a compound angle, it means that we must ignore the fact that we can split 4 into the multiples of 2. So, but we should always remember that the formula sheet says something like cos alpha multiplied by cos beta plus sin beta multiplied by sin alpha. And they say that this is the same as cos of alpha minus beta. This is according to the formula sheet. And if you check here, we have more or less the same situation as the one that is portrayed here. So this means that instead of going to the double angles, we can simply use or solve this by using the compound angles, which we can write as cos 4x minus x, which is equals to 0,7. So this is x. Now, when we have this, it means that we can work it out as cos of 4x minus x is the same as 3x, which is equals to 0,7. Now, 3x is our angle. And therefore, let's not split this angle as 4x minus x, because if we do this, we are going back to that. So we just have to know that this is our angle, therefore we are going to treat it as such. So from here, question is, where do we go? Because we have this as an angle, it means that we can say 3x is equals to a cos of 0,7, which in this case, we can solve it by saying 3x is equals to, according to the calculator, it's 45,572,996, which we can write as 45,572,996 3 degrees. Now, because we have this, it means that we can write this as an angle. Now, meaning that if we draw a Cartesian plane, we also have to do the very same thing here. It means that we can simply say this is the same as plus k multiplied by 360. If we divide everything by 3, we will get x equals to 15,191 degrees plus k and 120 degrees. Now, here it says that the cos of our angle must be positive. So question is, if we visit our cast, we must find where cos is positive. So we know that with the first one, all ratios are positive in the first quadrant. And then only sine is positive in the second quadrant. And in the third quadrant, only tan is positive. And in the fourth quadrant, only cos is positive. So it means that we will find our solution where cos is positive in the fourth quadrant and in the first quadrant. But in the second quadrant and in the third quadrant, we will find our cos as negative. So now, already the smallest angle that we have is 15. Therefore, this means that we must also say, okay, because we have this, now if you draw 15,191 degrees, the very same angle, we must also be able to draw it this side, which is 360 here and 180 there. So we are going to use the x-axis as reference, as our reference line. So meaning that we take with respect to that if this is the x-axis, we can draw the same angle there and we can also draw the same angle there. So this angle is vertically opposite to this, and this one is vertically opposite to that. These two are vertically opposite, so they are equal. But now, when we move from here to there, the angle is 50. What happens when we move from here until here? So it means that when we go down, we are going to subtract, but when we go up, we are going to add. So that our solution is going to be x is the same as 360 degrees minus 15,191, which in this case is going to be, okay, we still have, let's write it as 3x here, and then this is 45 because we are working with this one. Then we can say instead we write it as 573 plus k 360 degrees. But when we have this, if you say 360 minus 45,571, you get 340,429. And then, sorry, this must be 7. Plus k into 360 degrees. So this is our 3x. So we divide this by 3 we also divide this by 3. We also divide this by 3. So our x in this case, it will be 314,427 divided by 3, which in this case you're going to have 104, 8, 804 plus k multiplied by 120 degrees. If you check, we can't have a bigger angle here and a small angle there. So the angle here must always be greater than the angle there. So that is why we had to use this one, the one that we got here, instead of the 15,191. Hence we say we must take it back from where we got it from, and then we subtract it from 360. So meaning that our general solution in this case will be this one and that. Thank you, and please forward more questions in relation to general solutions and other questions that you have, so that we can discuss, and I'll do the recording and send it to you. Sharp.